Hello everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we are diving into a dramatic and emotional chapter in the story of Alex and Tuna. After Tuna's ex-husband escapes from prison, he reunites with his mother, and together they create a dark plan to attack Alex and to kidnap little Henry. What follows is a night of danger, heartbreak, and desperate hope as Alex fights for his life and Tuna struggles to protect her son. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next exciting episodes. The morning sun rose gently over the city, casting its first rays across rooftops and windows. But while the world seemed calm, storm clouds were gathering in places Tuna could not see. Somewhere far from her farm, a man she thought she had left behind forever was making his way back into her life. Her ex-husband, who had once caused her so much pain, had escaped from prison, and his footsteps led him straight back to a house filled with bitterness and old grudges, his mother's home. The house was worn by time, but inside, resentment was alive and well. The moment the old wooden door creaked open, his mother looked up. Her sharp eyes widened when she saw her son, tired, dirty, his clothes torn, but carrying a dangerous fire in his gaze. You've come back," she whispered, rushing to grab his trembling hands. He didn't waste time. His voice dripped with rage as he spoke. "Mother, I know the truth now. Tuna gave birth to my son, Henry, but she wants nothing to do with us anymore. She wants to cut all ties and run to that CEO, Alex. I can't accept that. Henry is my blood, my family." The older woman's eyes narrowed, her face hardening into stone. She had never forgiven Tuna for walking away, and in her mind, a daughter-in-law was bound for life, meant to serve, to sacrifice, never to choose her own path. Hearing her son's words was like pouring oil onto a fire. "My grandson belongs here. Not in another man's house," she hissed. "If Tuna thinks she can take him away, she's mistaken. If she chooses betrayal, then she'll learn the cost. I'll take Henry back myself. And you make sure that man Alex is no longer a problem." The two locked eyes. In that moment, their hatred fused into a plan. The son would stalk Alex, looking for the right chance to kill him. The mother would wait for her opportunity to slip into Tuna's home and take Henry. Together, they would reclaim what they believed was theirs. The next morning, Alex woke early as he always did. Discipline was his way of life, and it had brought him to success as a CEO. After checking over the details of an important shipment at his office and personally inspecting the warehouse, his mind wandered, not to business, but to something warmer. Today, he was going to Tuna's farm. He had a small gift in hand, a new phone he had picked out for her, something to make her days easier. More than that, he wanted to see little Henry, the boy who had brought unexpected light into his life. Driving down the quiet country road, Alex felt something he rarely allowed himself: anticipation. He imagined Tuna's smile, Henry's laughter. For once, the world of contracts and deadlines faded into the background. But someone else was waiting for him. Hidden in the shade of the trees, Tuna's ex-husband crouched low, gripping a heavy wooden stick. His eyes were bloodshot, filled with fury. He watched Alex step out of the car, gift box in hand, and his rage boiled over. In a flash, he lunged from behind. The blow landed hard. Pain exploded through Alex's body, and he stumbled to the ground, gasping for breath. His vision blurred, the world spinning violently. "You think you can steal my wife?" "My son," the man shouted, raising the stick again for a final strike. But just as the weapon arced through the air, a sharp voice cut through the chaos. "Police! Drop it now!" Flashlights swung, footsteps pounded. A patrol unit had been nearby, and they rushed onto the scene. Officers closed in quickly, ordering the man to surrender, but consumed by rage, he tried to fight back. Within seconds, he was tackled to the ground, the stick clattering away into the dirt. Alex lay bleeding, his strength fading. An officer crouched down, checking his pulse. "Stay with us," he urged, pulling out Alex's phone. In the priority contacts, one name appeared at the top: Tuna. The officer pressed the call button. At the farm, Tuna was tidying up when her phone rang. Seeing Alex's name light up the screen, she smiled, but when she answered, her heart froze. "Ma'am, this is the police. Alex has been attacked. He's badly hurt but still alive. An ambulance is on the way." The words hit her like lightning. The phone nearly slipped from her hands. Her legs weakened, her chest tightened, and for a second she couldn't breathe. But then, through the panic, she forced herself to respond. I'll come right away. Please keep him safe." She called a relative quickly, begging them to go to her house and stay with Henry. "I can't leave him alone even for a minute," she said urgently. "Please, get there now." Then she ran. Her heart pounded as her feet carried her down the road, her mind filled with dread. When she arrived at the scene, the ambulance doors were already open, paramedics lifting Alex inside. Her tears fell freely as she rushed to him. He was pale, blood on his face, but when their eyes met, his lips curved faintly. His hand reached out, trembling but alive. "You're still here," she whispered, clutching him tight. "Thank God!" The ambulance sped off toward the hospital, sirens wailing. Tuna sat beside him, holding his hand, praying he would make it. But while she focused on Alex's survival, she had no idea that another danger was about to strike. Back at the farm, in the quiet of her empty house, someone else was waiting for their chance to strike the woman she once called Mother. The ambulance tore through the streets, sirens wailing. Inside, Alex lay strapped to the stretcher, his face pale, his breathing shallow. Medical equipment beeped steadily, a fragile reminder that he was still alive. Beside him, Tuna clutched his hand, refusing to let go. Tears streamed down her cheeks, but she forced herself to whisper through them. "You're not leaving me, Alex." "You can't. Henry and I, we need you." She prayed silently, desperate for strength. And as she sat there, she reminded herself of one thing. If Alex had risked his life for her, she had no right to fall apart now. She had to be strong. Before leaving the farm, she had called a close relative, begging them to come watch Henry. "Just a few minutes," she'd said. "Stay with him until I get back." Please. She felt relief, knowing someone she trusted would arrive soon. But what she didn't know was that danger had already been waiting, watching and planning for this exact moment. Not far from the farm, in the shadows of the trees, Alex's attacker's mother, Tuna's former mother-in-law, had been waiting patiently. She had heard the shouts, seen the flashing police lights, and realized her son had been caught. Fury burned in her chest, but she didn't flinch. Her son might be in custody, but the plan wasn't over. Henry was still within her reach. "This child belongs to us," she muttered to herself as she crept toward Tuna's house. "He's my grandson. I'll never let him grow up under another man's roof." The old gate creaked softly as she slipped inside. The house was quiet. Too quiet. With Tuna gone and Henry asleep, the place felt almost abandoned. She moved quickly, her heart pounding as she entered the small bedroom. There he was. Henry lay curled up under a blanket, breathing softly, completely unaware of the storm closing in around him. His innocence made the scene almost unbearable, yet it only hardened her resolve. She bent down, scooping the boy gently into her arms. He stirred, whimpering in his sleep, but did not wake. "It's all right, little one." "Grandma's here," she whispered, clutching him tightly to her chest. Without another sound, she slipped back out through the rear door, disappearing into the night with Henry in her arms. Only 3 minutes later, Tuna's relative arrived at the house. They pushed the door open, calling softly, "Henry! Auntie's here! Where are you?" No answer. Panic rising, they searched every room. The bed was empty, the blanket still warm. A cold chill swept over them. No, this can't be happening," they gasped, their voice trembling. They ran back outside, fumbling with their phone to call Tuna. At the hospital, Tuna sat at Alex's side as doctors worked quickly to stabilize him. The phone in her pocket buzzed. She picked up, and the voice on the other end was frantic. "Tuna! Henry's gone. I just got here, but he's not in the house. He's missing." The words shattered her. The phone slipped from her hands, clattering against the floor. Her legs gave out beneath her as the world spun. For a moment she couldn't breathe. Her body trembled violently, and a scream caught in her throat but never came out. She wanted to collapse, to give in to the crushing weight pressing down on her chest. But then something happened. Alex's hand twitched. Even unconscious, his fingers squeezed hers, weak but steady. That tiny motion brought her back from the edge. It was as if he was telling her, "Don't give up, don't fall apart, not now." Tuna closed her eyes, inhaling sharply. She forced herself to steady her breath. Slowly, painfully, she pulled herself back together. "No," she whispered to herself, "I can't break down." Not here, not now. Her mind raced, stitching together the pieces. Alex had been attacked by her ex-husband. It couldn't be coincidence. And Henry disappearing just minutes after she left. There was only one explanation. "It was her," Tuna muttered, her fists clenching. "It was my mother-in-law." She took Henry. The realization, strangely, brought her a flicker of relief. As much as the woman despised her, she would never harm her own grandson. Henry was her blood, her pride. He might be taken, but he was safe for now. Grabbing her phone with renewed determination, Tuna called her relative back. Her voice, though shaky, was firm. "Don't panic. I know who took Henry. He's with my ex-mother-in-law. She won't hurt him. Please, go to the police right away, but don't let the neighbors know. If the wrong people find out, they might hide him deeper." The relative hesitated. "Tuna, are you sure? You sound so calm." Her voice cracked, but she stood by her words. "I'm his mother. I know Henry will be okay, but I need Alex. Only with him can I bring Henry back." The hospital room was dim, filled with the quiet hum of machines. Alex lay motionless, his face pale, but his chest rose and fell in steady rhythm. Sitting beside him, Tuna gripped his hand tightly, tears rolling down her cheeks. "Alex," she whispered, her voice breaking, "please wake up. I can't do this alone. Henry needs us. He needs you. We have to fight for him together." Her sobs echoed softly against the sterile walls, but her words carried the weight of a vow. Outside the window, city lights began to flicker on, chasing away the darkness. But inside her heart, shadows still loomed large. this battle wasn't over. She knew what lay ahead, facing her ex-mother-in-law, the harsh woman who had tormented her for years. And beyond her, a son consumed by rage, willing to destroy anyone in his path. Tuna squeezed Alex's hand one last time, leaning close to whisper through her tears, "I will not stop. I will bring Henry back. And when you wake up, we'll face this storm together." And so, what began as an ordinary day had turned into tragedy. Alex gravely wounded, Henry kidnapped, and Tuna left to hold on to hope with every ounce of strength she had left. The future remained uncertain and the stakes higher than ever. Would Alex survive long enough to fight at her side? Would love and determination be enough to bring Henry home? The answers were still to come in the next chapter of their story. In this chapter, fate tested Alex and Tuna in ways they never imagined. Alex was ambushed by Tuna's escaped ex-husband, nearly losing his life if not for the timely arrival of the police. While Alex was rushed to the hospital, Tuna's greatest fear unfolded. Her former mother-in-law seized the chance to kidnap little Henry. The tragedy left Tuna torn between staying strong for Alex and longing for her son's safety. Yet, through her tears, she found courage, believing Henry was still safe because he is family to his grandmother. Now she waits, holding Alex's hand, praying for him to awaken so they can face this new battle together. What will happen next? Will love and determination be enough to bring Henry back? Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe for the next chapter.